I once had a very close friend. She used to make women's jewelry by hand. Not just costume pieces, but true little works of art. In every item, she left a piece of herself, her taste, her emotions, even the mood she was in on the day she created it. One year for my birthday, she gave me a pair of earrings. They weren't particularly expensive, but they felt alive. I wore them all the time, until one day I lost one. I simply took off my scarf, and it was gone. I searched for hours, combed the floor, checked my bag, my pockets, even outside in the yard. Nothing. I felt an odd kind of sadness because it was a gift made especially for me in a single copy. Years passed. One day I finally asked her if she could make another one so I could have the pair again. She smiled and said, "Of course I will." But soon after, she fell ill. It happened so fast. The diagnosis was cancer. She was gone within months. After her death, I realized that this earring was now the only one in existence. I kept it carefully in a small box with other trinkets, a few buttons, an old keychain, and stored it away in a drawer. More years went by. I changed jobs, my social circle, and eventually my home. The move was chaotic. Boxes, bags, clutter everywhere. When I finally unpacked in the new place, I decided to check my little keepsake box. I opened it and froze. Inside were two earrings, identical. I just sat there staring. I knew for certain I had only one for over 8 years. I had even worn it as a pendant on a thin chain from time to time, each time remembering the loss of its twin. I had moved house 3 times, changed furniture, cleaned top to bottom, and never found it. And that's when I noticed something strange. One of the earrings had a tiny scratch on the back. I remembered it from the day I received them. The other was completely new. No scratches, no signs of wear, and its clasp was slightly tighter than the one I had kept all these years. I tried to come up with a logical explanation. Maybe I had ordered a copy and forgotten about it. Maybe I had found the lost one and simply erased the memory of it from my mind. But I clearly remembered asking my friend to make a replacement, and she never had the chance. That night I couldn't sleep. The box was on my nightstand, and around 3 in the morning, I woke to a soft sound, like something lightly tapping against wood. I turned on the light. The box was open, even though I distinctly remembered closing it. The earrings were lying differently than before. From that night on, I tried not to think about it, but every time I came home from work, the box was open again. I started moving it, to a shelf, into a drawer, even into a closet under clothes. But it didn't matter. The box would still be found open, and stranger still, no other object in the apartment was disturbed, only that box. And every time, the earrings would be arranged differently, sometimes close together, sometimes far apart, sometimes one in the box and the other on the table. I locked my doors, checked my windows, even installed a small camera. The first 2 nights, the footage was clean, but on the third night, around 3 a.m., the camera caught the box slowly sliding to the edge of the nightstand and the lid opening by itself. No one touched it. I put it away in the storage room, far from my bedroom, and for a few nights all was quiet, until one morning I woke up and found the box on my nightstand again. From that moment on, I wasn't sure if these earrings were just jewelry or if this box would ever leave me alone. One evening, when the box appeared on my nightstand yet again, I just sat there and stared at it. It was late. The apartment was silent, except for the faint ticking of the kitchen clock. And one thought kept circling in my mind. What if this will all stop if I just wear the earrings? Maybe it was just some absurd subconscious feeling, but it grew stronger every time. Maybe she, my friend who had given them to me, just wanted me to wear them again. To not forget her. I slowly opened the box. The earrings lay side by side, and this time I could swear they were turned slightly toward me. I picked one up. The metal was cool, but not cold, and within seconds it seemed warm, as if from my touch, or perhaps not from mine at all. I sat down in front of the mirror. The only light came from a small bedside lamp, so my reflection looked faint, with soft, blurred edges. I fastened the first earring, and a strange calm spread through my chest. When I put on the second, memories flooded my mind. Her smile, her voice, the words she often repeated, "Jewelry shouldn't just decorate, it should remind." I sat there for about 5 minutes, just looking at myself with those earrings on. And for the first time in a long while, I felt that the room was quiet, completely quiet. That night, I fell asleep quickly, without tossing and turning. And in the morning, when I woke up, the box was exactly where I'd left it, closed, untouched. It seemed like everything had finally calmed down. But when I looked in the mirror that morning, I noticed the earrings in my ears were sitting just slightly differently, as if someone had adjusted them while I slept.